Namaste, dear listeners, and welcome to the Iowa channel Astro In with Abhi, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. If you haven't as yet, please subscribe to my channel, click the like and share button so that my content can reach as many people that will benefit from my insights. I've received another beautiful question, and why I say it's beautiful, it's because it's something that everybody, pretty much everybody, is doing or have done at some part in their life, expecting for something to happen, but over the long run, it actually causes more harm, and that is medication. Hi, Abhi, please can you advise me on the spiritual disadvantages of taking medication? And the type of medication that I take is painkillers. Now, painkillers. Let's discuss what painkillers are. Firstly, before we even go into the spiritual disadvantages of taking painkillers are um, kind of opiates. They numb the nerves in the body so that you don't actually feel any pain sensation. They manipulate the hormones over a considerable period of time. They they actually constrict the blood vessels, and blood vessels that are constricted, it's kind of obvious to then say that blood doesn't flow as fast as it should. And when blood doesn't flow as fast as it should, your muscles are never going to get the required dosage of oxygen that it requires. Basically, your body is not being fed how it normally should have been fed. And as a consequence of that, you'll feel very tired, your lack of sex drive, um, no serotonin levels decreasing with an increase of cortisol levels, heart attacks, heart issues, blood pressure rising, definitely high sugar levels, right? A lot of people that suffer from high sugar levels is because of a constricted blood vessel or blood vessels that are constricted. You see, diabetes is a cause of that stress, reduction in sleep, irritability, poor concentration, and definitely, your vibration is low. When you're exhibiting all of these, side effects, your vibration is already low. Why? Because stress is a very low vibrational um, chemical. Cortisol is a chemical. It brings you to a point of decompression. Therefore, you say you are depressed. It compresses you in spirit, where you stay in the lower vibration, which is the root dimension, the Muladhara dimension, and therefore an increase in amount of cortisol levels is definitely going to create a much more chaotic state of consciousness. And this is in spirit and definitely physically. So I've given you the physical implications of um, opiates or painkillers. Now I'm going to give you the spiritual disadvantages of it. Once you take painkillers and you rely on them, you are altering your mind. Your mind is your consciousness. What you're conscious to is what you become. So when you are drugged up, when you are taking it to be drugged up, and uh, and you like that high feeling, you are being conscious to highness. You are being conscious to that mellow feeling. What you are doing is you are manipulating yourself drastically, and you are allowing yourself to not. Basically, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself from higher possibilities. Therefore, you'll find a lot of people that take this mind-altering substances, and not just painkillers, but any kind of medication over a long period of time. It makes you very less empathetic. It makes you very numb. And numbness is not high vibration. One who is numb is not open in the heart. The heart chakra is not open. Therefore, such a person cannot understand the pains and suffering of others. Therefore, such a person acts out and is never concerned about his or her actions at the expense of others. Such people become very rude. They become very oblivious to other people's pain and suffering. They become very uh, I won't say, I would say they become more concerned over themselves, very selfish. These people, they don't communicate too much to other people. They like to spend time, sleeping much. And you'll find that the more you sleep in cases like this here, the more tired you are. And this has a ripple effect. I mean, the less productive you are, the even more stressed out you'll be, and then you're going to take higher dosages, which then affects you spiritually, because spirituality means a higher state of consciousness, the road towards achieving a higher state of consciousness. A higher state of consciousness means a much more blissful life from a state of consciousness. When you take opiates or any kind of painkillers, you are dropping yourself down in frequency. Therefore, you will become more aware of the lower vibrations and the lower experiences, which is anger, lust, animosity, greed, jealousy, hatred. You will be more prone towards these experiences, and you will attract these people into your life as well. Because what you are, you attract now in it. So, what do you do if you have to take painkillers? If you prescribe it and you have to take it, well, in that case, you have to do it. But the best way to nullify it's remember, everything has energy. Even medication has energy. The best way to nullify the effects of this, side effects of this, is to consume enough water, is to spend some time out in the sun, vitamin D. Allow yourself to absorb the sunlight. By absorbing the sunlight, what you're doing is you're dilating your blood vessels. By drinking water and exercising, you're allowing the blood vessels to dilate. By doing a lot of strength training and resistance training, you're allowing your heart to be healthy once again. And by drinking enough water, you're allowing the system to flush out all kinds of impurities. And let's face it, any kind of medication you take, these kind of chemicals, they sit in uh, you know, the right term, the scientific term, I don't know, but it's actually sitting in the lower regions of your skin, the fat. It sits there. And when you consume enough water, it flushes this out in time. And remember, the key word is time. You got to use, you got to be patient in that as well. For you, when you're coming out of any kind of opiate or medication, painkillers, you're going to have withdrawal symptoms. What you got to understand that those withdrawal symptoms, they don't last for long. It's basically a couple of hours, maybe a day or two, but after 7 days, you start to see that there's a huge reduction in your craving, and drinking enough water will get that out of your system quicker. And you want that out of your system quicker. Why? So that the cravings they start to decrease. So if you need to take them, you shall take them, but you must always get rid of the chemicals that do get stored in your system, because it's these very chemicals. I mean, we are creatures of habit. We become addicted to these things only to ruin ourselves spiritually, which brings about a poor state of consciousness, anyways. Therefore, we must be very mindful and aware of what you are taking and how long you are given these medication for, and you really need to cut it off when if on that prescription, if it tells you please stop treatment after 2 weeks, you need to stop treatment after 2 weeks. Don't continue and think there's going to be no side effects if you're doing it for 1 month after that, or 2 months after. There's definitely going to be some kind of effect, and it doesn't look pretty in most cases. You damage your lining with a weakened body, with a weak body. Most of energy goes towards your body that's weak. How do you transcend with a weak body? Therefore, fitness is very important in the spiritual way of life. You got to keep your body absolutely fit and strong. And I've already explained, you must hit the gym, you must do resistance and weightlifting, heavyweight training. This will allow your testosterone levels to increase. It will allow the serotonin levels to increase in the bloodstream, thus reducing the cortisol levels. So thank you very, very much, dear listeners. I can go on and on about this topic, but I think I would cover the important bits of it now, and it basically gives you the answer, anyways. So thank you so much for listening to me. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't as yet, and please share this content with as many people that would benefit from my insights. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Haribol. Goodbye.